Join the Rotary Club of Neepawa for Rotary Presents, a twice-monthly presentation and Q&A with a different guest about topics at the heart of Neepawa.
Hi everyone, my name is Emily Hawken and I am a grade 11 student at NACI and this is my third year going to MUNA. I represented the country of Haiti along with Siri. She wants to introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Siri Warwick. I'm also a grade 11 student from NACI. It is my second year at MUNA.
Hi, my name is Gianna Mariscal. I'm a grade 9 student from NACI, and this is my very first year of attending MUNA, so a bit nerve-wracking, but very excited also. And I represented Morocco along with my partner, Lexi Taylor, but unfortunately she's not here due to being sick, maybe.
So there were two resolutions, which is the topics that we ended up debating about. One was about refugees and how our countries can support them and further integrate them into our countries. And then the second one was about GMOs. And so, So for resolution 1, it was action related.
These young kids nowadays.
I'm actually not good with technology at all, which I know is hard to believe, but
So the first one, which is the one that I debated, was action related to facilitating access to education and vocational training for displaced populations. And then the second one was action related to facilitating partnerships between nations and agricultural organizations to share GMO advancements and resources.
As for Morocco, the first resolution about refugees was action related to strengthening conflict prevention and peace-building efforts to support local populations in crisis, which is the one that I did. And the one that Lexi did was action related to enhancing research and development initiative is for GMO crops to improve resilience to climate change and environmental stressors.
I know, they've got a bunch of big words in them. So each year you write an opening statement and you get picked at random to present it. We were actually both picked, but they ran out of time for Haiti to share their speech. So we're going to share it here today. So good morning, Mr. President and delegates. We're the representatives of Haiti. Thank you for the opportunity to be here today to discuss issues around adaptation and shared responsibility. As a country that appreciates these aspects in times of need, Haiti feels it is essential for not only the future of our country, but other nations as well. The Republic of Haiti wishes to reform and improve education for all its people. The demand for public education and vocational training for Haitian people increases daily. The damages of poor quality education will soon be irreversible, but with shared responsibility from other nations to the country of Haiti has the opportunity to better develop the educational experience of Haitian people. Finding newer ways to make education accessible for displaced populations is necessary, as well as granting people these opportunities and brightening the future of young members of the nation.
the use of GMOs is not a new concept to Haiti and its people, though as a nation, Haiti invites others to cooperate in ways to find ways to better utilize them to help address and improve food problems within various countries in need. As a country who is currently dealing with food insecurity, Haiti empathizes with those who are dealing with the same issues, and hope that with the help of more developed nations, there will be opportunities to produce reasonable solutions to oppose current problems. As representatives of Haiti, we thank you for your concern regarding the problems that are to be discussed here today, and hope that the results will be able to effectively improve the state of our country facing food and educational insecurity.
Just like Emily said, we are chosen by random, and like them, we were also chosen to speak up. But unfortunately, we weren't as lucky as them, and we actually had to go up. In fact, we were the third ones to go up. So we only had a few minutes to prepare our speech. And here it is. Good morning, Mr. President. Morocco is pleased to be here to discuss a topic that we have personally experienced adaptations, and shared responsibilities with the rest of the countries. We have noticed an increase in genetically modified products around the world, and as a country, we are concerned about the well-being of our people. Not only have we seen an increase in GMOs, but there has also been an increase in the number of refugees around the world. Though GMO seems to be a good idea in a life perspective, we have heard of increasing cases involving health issues due to altered products. Despite the idea being well thought through, the risks involved are deemed too high for consumption. The idea of feeding GMO products to our livestock and poultry can be entertained as many farmers already partake in this. Even with the ever-changing environment of Morocco, we have surpassed many expectations without the help of extra technological advancements. Our country is often adapting to the world around us, and it can be noted that as a country we struggle with job and food security, causing many families to flee to Europe. Though Morocco is open to refugees, there have been many attempting to illegally cross the northern Moroccan border into Spain. We have launched the NSIA to benefit refugees back in 2014. Refugees don't have the best living conditions in Morocco, and we strive to better support the people in need of safety. Morocco wishes to see these problems solved within the near future, and we ask help from the United Nations to help refugees not only in Morocco, but also from across the world. Thank you.
I'm going to move this on you. Okay, so those were our speeches for the opening statements. And then we debated our topics later on. Two of Haiti's ideas were in the final resolution, which was really exciting because we got to have our voice in for the first resolution, which was on education and vocational training. And Siri can talk about how the GMOs went for Haiti.
Well, as a country, we were able to discuss our issues with GMOs currently, and we were able to put input on what our concerns were, and we were able to come to an agreement that we would like to have GMOs accessible and safe for everyone in our country.
As for Morocco, I handled the refugee crisis situation. Meanwhile, Lexi did the GMO stuff. For Morocco's stance on the refugee, Morocco accepts refugees, but they do not have enough funds to support them and to keep them there. I may have misinterpreted a few stuff. I mean, it was my first year, so I am bound to make a few mistakes. And eventually, Morocco did end up being a sponsor for the resolution that we came up with. And as for Lexi, I'm not entirely knowledgeable on the GMO is her expertise, but I am aware that Morocco isn't too accepting of GMOs, but they do have that in there. And she ended up being a signatory, meaning she supports some things in the resolution, but not everything.
Are there any questions about our experience or like really what a resolution is or anything like that? Yep.
How far ahead do you know what the resolution topic will be?
We get the resolution topic, I think, before, like, we can research it before I think we even get our countries. So it's on the MUNA website. It'll be on the Winnipeg Rotary. There's like a MUNA part of that. So it'll be on there, and the whole theme was shared responsibility and adaptation. But then that's like the one quick sentence of what it is. But then we talked about like each resolution. Yeah, that's kind of. I hope that answered your question. Yeah.
I'm curious about the GMO debate. Can you encapsulate it in a few sentences about the points that were put forward, both pro and con to accept GMOs?
So just to define what a GMO is, it is a genetically modified organism. So it can be genetically modified plants, animals. For the sort of context of our topic from UNA, it was more about the genetically modified plants. So ones that would be more less susceptible to the harsh conditions of like weaker countries, like less developed countries. And a lot of the points that were made were definitely between the less developed countries and the more developed countries. it was more of a debate about, well, the less developed countries, they were concerned with how they would impact their environment, but they were still wanting help from the more developed countries because they were able to provide money and support and food to the less developed countries. But for the concern about the more developed countries like Canada or Germany or the US was, well, what would they get in return, right? Because the less developed countries, what would they have to offer? And in the end, it was really a big debate about how much money the big countries would put towards GMO development and that type of thing. Yes. Yes.
So it also sounds like there was some ethical debates as part of that discussion.
Yes, there are always ethical debates.
Absolutely. And it sounds like Morocco is ethically against GMOs. How is
Yes, Haiti and Morocco were both unsupportive of the resolution at first because a lot of the countries were asking too much from every country. A lot of the countries wished that all countries involved in the UN would put towards some of their GDP. Whereas, like, the small countries, they can't support that financially. So a lot of the smaller countries were like, we're not going to support this because you're asking too much. We're the countries that need help. You guys aren't. It was really surrounding that. Yes.
Emily, you said this is your third occasion.
Yeah.
And you're in grade 11.
Yeah.
Do you foresee taking advantage of the opportunity of taking on one of the lead roles next year at MUNA?
I would actually really like to. I feel like it would be a really fun experience, and I think I would learn a lot, not only about like leadership, public speaking, and just like how to be like work in a team better. They have a ton of roles because in each group, so what you do is you break out, there's a big group, so where it's you all get together and you all sit at all these tables and it's you and your partner, and then up at the front is the president, the vice president, the secretary, and one other person.
Like a vice secretary.
Yeah, like a vice secretary. And so that's like the big group. And then, so those jobs are more of like leadership roles. And then it's resolutions. So you're either in resolution 1 or resolution 2. So in those groups, there's more leadership roles. There's like chairperson, a co-chair, another secretary, like there's more people like that. And then there's even more leadership roles when you break out into like your small groups because you get the big group, right? And then there's another small group, it's just your resolution, and then you're each given like an individual sentence, an individual resolution. And so in there you can like word your resolution and you can type it out. So yeah, I definitely feel like it would be interesting to take on a role like that. Yeah.
So how many students were there for that weekend, and how many schools were represented?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
This year there were definitely a lot less countries represented, which I found interesting because there was more. Oh, it seemed like there was less.
Last year, because of the strike from Saskatchewan, a lot of the teams didn't show up. So there's tables, but there's no teams at it.
Oh,
So
that
that's
makes
why
sense. Okay, so
Yeah.
there was less tables this year. What?
No.
No. Never mind. Sorry. The majority of the people that attend these things, I'm pretty sure, are from Winnipeg schools. So you'll see a lot of kids from like the private schools, like the collegiate, like the Winnipeg College, high school, I forget what it's called. St. John's Ravenscourt, St. Paul's, that type of thing.
But yeah, there was also people from Saskatchewan, like Kenora, that area, and then North Dakota, and they said one other place from the States. I don't know where it was, but yeah, so it's kind of all over.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there were some kids all the way from, what's the town up north again?
Thompson? Oh, Flin Flon.
Yeah, there were kids from Flin Flon
Yeah.
too. Like a big group of kids. It was great.
I didn't realize that the United States was
They had actually, we have like guest speakers kind of before the opening statements, and there was this one lady, and I forget her title, but
She's the representative of the U.S.
Is she an ambassador or was she used to be? She used to be like UN ambassador.
yeah, she
U.S. ambassador. She
For
worked
Canada.
in Iceland and she worked in Romania, I believe, for the U.S. Embassy.
So she's part of Winnipeg now, but she did work with the United States Embassy. So yeah. Sorry.
I have a question for Gianna, is that how it's pronounced? Yeah. So that was your first year there. So I imagine it was fairly intimidating. Tell me how you felt and how you felt you did speaking, within the groups, and did you feel like you were, I don't know, very stressed out? Was it kind of an easy process for you?
Well, for sure, I was a bit intimidated. I was surrounded with people that I did not know, and I thought that everybody there was like really, really smart. So, I just didn't want to embarrass myself in front of really, really smart people. But the people that I was surrounded myself with, or the ones that I talked to, they were actually very nice and very approachable. So they made my experience a bit more bearable, a bit more fun. And I am really, my performance there, I didn't really want to speak much. Of course, I was a bit scared. I didn't know what to say. But for next year, I'm eager to go next year and take what I've seen, what I've learned for this year, and use that for the following year.
So I know that in past years, one of the last things you do is debate like a fund resolution. Is that something you did again this year?
Yes. I think there was one fund resolution this year. Just one? Yeah, two.
Yeah.
There was multiple serious ones, I remember.
There was one about the time change and then the chocolate thing.
Oh, right, there was two. Okay, yeah. So there was two fund resolutions this year. One was changing the title names of the leadership roles to more these terms called brain rot. It's a younger generational thing. It's a joke that a lot of younger kids have. Fortunately, I don't understand it. I don't want to. And so the resolution was passed. And I don't know if they're going to continue, keep up their promise for the past resolution for next year. But yeah, they changed their names last minute. It was funny. They put their signs of the new names in front of their old ones. And then there was one solving.
International chocolate.
Oh yeah, there was solving problems with chocolate. Was it sweet resolution or something? Yeah, so they proposed that everyone provide chocolate and we can solve problems with that. So, yeah.
He's keeping the chocolate.
Am I
I
gonna
have
be
one more
thinking?
for somebody else.
There's one more question?
Oh.
Okay.
What is something surprising you each learned about your respective countries when you were doing research for this? I should have done one first and then or just something you learned.
For our country, I think one thing that I didn't, I guess, really expect was, because Haiti has a lot of refugees, right? Because of the global crises that we do face, people flee the country all the time. But I didn't realize that we neglect to want them. We give off, or not give off, but we produce, I guess, all these refugees, but we don't want to help in any way. And I think it really surprised me, I guess, because where I live, right, when someone's hurting, when they, I guess, get healed, they want to help too. They want to give back. And I guess I didn't really realize that wasn't always the case.
As for Morocco, it's very similar to what Emily said about Haiti, that Morocco has a lot of refugees. A lot of refugees that flee from conflict in Africa go to Morocco, especially because Spain is right above it. It's just that I was surprised because I was really expecting Morocco to treat their refugees a bit better, but it was a bit expected because I understand that Morocco is not a very not very rich in funds.